This is Decoded, AI for Everyone, the podcast that makes sense of artificial intelligence, not just in your pocket, but in your world. Suspect detected 200 meters north. Probability of flight 78%. Traffic lights rerouted. Patrol advised to intercept. It sounds like a scene from Minority Report, but this isn't necessarily all fiction. In cities from Maroochydore to Singapore, AI systems are beginning to model real-time decisions, traffic, safety, emergency response, inside sophisticated digital twins. They run millions of scenarios in models that simulate what might happen before it happens. They don't just react, they predict with remarkable and sometimes unsettling accuracy. Welcome to the era of the thinking city, where every streetlight, sensor, and signal becomes part of a living model designed to make our communities safer, smarter, and more sustainable.
Season 2 of Decoded, AI for Everyone, is powered by Stratagen AI, where research meets execution.
Welcome back to Decoded, AI for Everyone. In the last episode, we explored Planet AI, how artificial intelligence is helping predict weather, manage disasters, and measure our impact on the planet. Today, we zoom in to the streets we walk every day. We're exploring digital twins for Earth, the virtual replicas of our cities that can test everything from traffic flow to flood response, waste collection to energy efficiency. They're the new foundation of smart cities, blending AI, data, and governance into what some are calling city brains. But as with any intelligence, the question isn't just what it can do, but what it should do. Cities are living systems, full of rhythm, movement, and memory. The power grid hums like a heartbeat. The roads breathe with traffic. The drains remember where floods begin. Now, through AI-powered digital twins, that memory has become foresight. In Maroochydore, one of Australia's newest smart cities, real-time sensors feed into a digital model that can forecast congestion, optimize lighting, and even reroute waste collection to match usage. Darwin's Switching on Darwin project integrates IoT and AI to monitor water, energy, and safety in real time. And globally, Singapore's Virtual Singapore and Helsinki's 3D city twin are setting the standard. Digital ecosystems that simulate entire cities to test new infrastructure, transport networks, and environmental impacts before a dollar is spent.
At Stratagen AI, we see these systems as more than tech. They're instruments of foresight. Tools that allow decision makers to test policy, resilience, and equity before reality catches up.
So, what exactly is a digital twin? At its simplest, it's a virtual replica of something physical, updated constantly by live data. It could be a building, a water network, or an entire city. Every sensor, camera, and data stream acts like a neuron in the city's brain. Together, they feed a live model that can simulate what would happen if traffic patterns change, if floodwaters rise, if power demand surges. In government, these simulations help leaders plan, test, and refine decisions before they affect people's lives. And that's where the promise and the risk begins. When done right, digital twins deliver extraordinary value. In your local area, they can improve safety by testing evacuation routes, optimize infrastructure before costly construction, cut emissions by modeling renewable integration in grids, support sustainability through real-time energy and waste analytics. In Victoria, the Digital Twin Victoria initiative is modeling entire regions, from buildings to power lines, enabling planners to test environmental and economic impacts virtually before breaking ground. In Townsville, the council's Smart City Draft Strategy is exploring AI for disaster resilience and resource optimization. And at a global level, organizations like the UN AI for Good Lab are promoting open digital twin frameworks to model Earth's systems, tracking climate change, biodiversity, and population trends in sync.
Digital twins allow governments to test ideas like engineers test prototypes, to model outcomes, spot risks, and measure impacts, all before real-world deployment.
But here's the thing, every city brain comes with a bill and a conscience. In my research paper, Digital Twin Adoption in Government, I found that while the benefits are compelling, adoption success depends on governance, ethics, and sustained use, not just initial investment. Too often, digital twin programs stall because they're built without a clear use case. They lacked cross-department integration, or they fail to define who owns the data. And that last question, ownership, is huge. When your city collects millions of data points a day, from roads, lights, utilities, and maybe even mobile devices, who controls it? The council, the vendor, the cloud provider, or the people who generated it by living their daily lives? Ethical frameworks like Australia's National AI Assurance Framework and the OECD AI Principles urge that digital twins must be transparent, accountable, and privacy protective, not surveillance engines in disguise. Because optimization without ethics can quickly become overreach. In Hangzhou, China, the Alibaba CityBrain project coordinates everything from ambulances to traffic lights using AI and video analytics. It's incredibly efficient, but also controversial. The same system that clears congestion can also track individuals. The same analytics that optimize delivery routes can monitor citizen behavior. It's a reminder, data is power, and how we use it defines who benefits. Digital twins are mirrors of society, and if we're not careful, they'll amplify our blind spots as well as our brilliance. You might be wondering, what does this have to do with me? If you live in Australia, chances are your local council is already using some form of a digital twin, whether to manage roads, utilities, zoning, or emergency responses. It's not science fiction, it's service delivery. The next time your garbage truck arrives exactly on time, or your suburb avoids a flood thanks to better drainage, you're seeing AI's invisible hand at work. But with these advances come responsibilities for transparency, consultation, and digital inclusion. As citizens, we have a role to play in asking questions. What data is being collected about my community? Who has access to it? How is it secured and used? Digital governance isn't just for governments anymore. It's civic literacy for the data age. So that's the digital twin, a mirror of the Earth that doesn't just reflect, it rehearses. If climate AI reads the planet's pulse, digital twins test its reflexes. Used wisely, they can save lives, improve infrastructure, and cut waste. Used recklessly, they can become automated bureaucracy, efficient, but detached from human values. The challenge isn't whether our cities will think, it's whether we'll still be the ones guiding their thoughts. Next time on Decoded, we'll explore how AI is optimizing the world's most precious resources: energy, water, and food, and the trade-offs that come with automation at planetary scale. For a list of AI tools, frameworks, prompts, and resources, visit promptengineeringcookbook.com. I'm Joel Leslie. Stay aware, stay intentional, stay human.
Season 2 of Decoded AI for Everyone is powered by Stratogen AI, where research meets execution.